Now, I've seen a lot of bikes come through my stand, but this is something else entirely. I don't see many two-wheeled recumbents. It's so long that it won't even fit in my shop. And wouldn't you know it, the first order of business, flat tires, classic. Alright, let's get some air back into these little guys. Don't let their size fool you, they're crucial. Thankfully, I've got my trusty battery-powered compressor. Makes quick work of even the most stubborn flats. Alright, tires are inflated. Now let's see if we can get this thing moving. These shifters, nope, nothing. This is what I like to call sticky shifter syndrome. Years of sitting, and the oil inside these shifters have turned into something resembling, well, glue. It's a classic case of gummed up shifters, and it means we've got some serious work to do. Before we start work on those shifters, let's give all the cables some much needed lubrication. Shifters and brake cables every inch. A little oil now means smooth shifting and confident braking later. It's all about laying the groundwork for a better, safer ride. Alright, time to tackle this sticky shifter syndrome. First things first, this beast needs to come down. It's too cumbersome to work on while it's up there, and I need to get access to those shifters. Now, let's open up this shifter to gain access to the insides. I've heard that WD-40 can ungunk sticky shifters, so we'll give that a shot. A generous dose, and now, let's work these levers. Hey, they're starting to come to life. One more shot of the good stuff, and we're good to go. Smooth as butter. That's the sound right there. Turns out the WD-40 trick works. Who would have thought? Okay, the shifter's doing its job. The WD-40 definitely cured the sticky shifter syndrome. But the rear derailer is not cooperating. Indexing these gears is proving to be a real challenge. I've tried the barrel adjuster, messed with the limit screws, but it's just not lining up. Looks like we've moved from one problem to another. Alright, let's get some space to work. The first order of business is rear wheel out. That'll give us a much clearer view of what's going on back here. Derailer off. And there it is. Take a look at that derailleur hanger. See how it's just off a little bit? That's a classic sign of a bent hanger and a very common cause of poor shifting. Luckily, it's a relatively easy fix. A little bit of persuasion with the pliers. Be careful, don't apply too much pressure. One more tweak and we're back in business. Now, let's get the derailleur reinstalled and see if we've made any progress. Much better. It's not perfect yet. We'll probably need to fine-tune the rear shifting cable later, but definitely headed in the right direction. That bent hanger was the culprit. Time to tackle the front shifter. First step, unfortunately, is sacrificing the grip. It's seen better days anyway. Next up, the brake lever. Gotta clear the way to get at that shifter. And finally, the shifter itself. Off it comes. Now we get a good look at what's going on in there. Alright, time for a repeat performance. Just like the rear shifter, this one's feeling pretty gummed up. So, let's bring out the magic elixir WD-40, a generous dose, right into the heart of the problem. And just like that, it's coming back to life. Smooth, clicky action. That's the sound of sticky shifter syndrome being banished. WD-40 for the win again. It seems like this bike was just begging for a little TLC. Cover back on, nice and snug. Time to put this freshly revived shifter back where it belongs. Shifter mounted and new cable attached. Now for the fun part, routing. Through the cable housings we go, nice and smooth. We want minimal resistance for crisp shifting. And finally, cable connected to the rear derailleur. One step closer to a fully functional drivetrain. Okay, let's see how the front shifting is working. Not great. Not great at all. Something's still off. Ah, there it is. Or I think that's it. The derailleur cage is bent. A quick fix with the pliers. And we're straight again. But still not shifting right. What else is going on here? Ah, the derailleur hanger alignment is off a bit. A quick adjustment. That's better. Now let's try again. Oh no! The chain fell off! The limit screws are completely out of whack. Okay, reseat the chain, adjust those limit screws, and now... Perfect! Smooth and crisp shifting. That's what we're talking about. It took a bit of fiddling, but now we've finally got it dialed in. Alright, let's revisit the rear derailleur. Something's still not quite right with the cable tension. Look at that barrel adjuster. It's almost maxed out. We need to reset that. I screw the barrel adjuster back in, loosen the cable bolt, and pull up the slack, and retighten. That should give us a much better starting point for fine-tuning. Okay, let's test it out. Much closer, but still not perfect. The limit screw needs a little bit of love. A few tweaks to the limit screws. And now, smooth as silk. That's how it's supposed to sound. Back to factory fresh shifting. We've conquered the rear derailleur. Alright, time for the moment of truth. Let's get this beast off the stand and see how she rides. Now, this thing is a bit of a different animal. You definitely can't take any sharp corners on this. It's a long one. If you enjoyed watching this old bike come back to life, give this video a like And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more bicycle repair and restoration adventures. Thanks for watching!